All right, so sixth commandment. We are to fear and love God so that we lead pure and decent lives in word and deed. And each of us loves and honors his or her spouse. That's the explanation that Luther gives for you shall not commit adultery. So, yeah, here we are. Number 6, sex. By the way, I will be posting at some point a good way to remember all of the 10 commandments. There's a couple easy ways that you can remember them. I just heard or saw a statistic the other day that a large percentage of American Christians are not able to recite the 10 commandments in order. That's something we can easily work on. It's only 10, not too hard to get them down. Anyway, number 6 is probably pretty memorable because it is, without a doubt, a commandment that has affected, I would bet, all of us in one way or another. We know, or we've been involved in some type of breaking of the 6th commandment. It's just, in this day and age, it's something that seems to pervade all of our society. You can't turn the radio on or watch TV or be involved in a sporting event or go just about anywhere without there being some mention of sexuality, and oftentimes not within a lifelong, faithful, committed, monogamous relationship. Yeah. So about that, what do we as a church and what do we as Lutheran Christians? How do we deal with that? How do we deal with the pain of living pure and decent lives? Do we just take that little phrase that Luther says, sin boldly, and just, press on and say, oh, well, we're a saint and sinner? That's, first of all, not really what Luther meant by that. And secondly, not really a good way to handle the commandments. I mean, come on. This is not licentiousness that we're looking for here. We're looking for us to lead good, loving, pure lives. Those that we care about are those that we take care of. Alvin Rognus, in his book Living in the Kingdom, talks about how we have lots of different relationships, and every relationship that we have is in a circle. Now, we might have like acquaintances. They're in a pretty big circle. There's lots of acquaintances in there. Then we might have closer friends, smaller circle. And then we might have a few really close friends. We might then have an even smaller circle, which it would be our family. And then the smallest circle, according to God's design, is the relationship with our spouse. And it's within that smallest, most intimate, closest, most committed, faithful relationship that we have sexual relations, marital relations, as they're called. And yeah, you can't cheat or mock God. I mean, when you have sexual experiences casually, or there's always going to be feelings involved. God wired us to be intimate creatures. That's just the way it is. And so really, perhaps one of the best ways is to recognize that need for commitment, that need for closeness, that need for all the facets of intimacy. In fact, marriage is not only bound by sexuality, and we can live lives with or without sexuality. It is not what defines us. So in conclusion, this is a topic that definitely affects us, and it's one that we really got to work on. And of all the things that Jesus speaks about and to, this is a frequent flyer. It's right up there with money. So if you're studying the commandments, this is one you got to get down with, or practice forgiveness. Maybe that's another piece of this. If you're a person that's in a lot of pain due to adultery or a broken home or whatever the case may be, maybe finding a way to figure out forgiveness, reconciliation, working past it. It is possible. Very hard, very challenging, but it is possible. And with our Lord Jesus Christ as our guide, we can get through anything.